Hey there, buying a luxury new construction home can be super exciting and so satisfying on so many levels, but it's also a minefield if you're not careful. In this video, I'm going to share with you 10 critical mistakes to avoid and how to make your luxury home investment bulletproof. So before you even think about signing that builder's purchase agreement, check out these 10 common mistakes to avoid so you don't regret your dream home purchase later on. Number 1, not having a buyer's agent or fiduciary on your team. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, of course you're going to say that, Steve. An agent telling a buyer they need to get a buyer's agent sounds, well, a little self-serving. I get that. However, you really don't want to walk into a builder's sales center unrepresented. Their sales rep works for the builder, not you. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of these builders reps are fantastic and they're super helpful, especially when it comes to the nuances and pricing details about the homes and the community you're considering buying into. But, and here's a big but, having said that, as friendly and as knowledgeable as they are, they still represent the builder's best interest, not yours. So that's why you need a professional and competent buyer's agent to represent you, with professional and competent being the key words here. You don't want to get tied up with just any average run-of-the-mill agent who only wants to get you registered with a builder so they can show up to the closing 8 to 10 months later to pick up their commission check. You deserve better than that, way better than that. You want an agent that's experienced with new construction to be part of your team. And by the way, being represented by a great agent really costs you nothing and could actually save you thousands of dollars in the long run. Plus, you have somebody on your team who's only looking out for your best interest, not the builder's, and will be with you every step of the way throughout the building process. Mistake number 2, skipping the home inspection. Now, just because it's new doesn't mean it's perfect. Builders make mistakes all of the time. You wouldn't believe some of the mistakes I've seen personally and from other agents and inspectors from all over the country. It would blow your hair back if you saw some of the shoddy and defective homes some of these builders are putting out there. Shocking. And it doesn't matter how much your home costs. One would think that the more expensive the home is, the better the quality would be. Well, I hate to burst your bubble on that one. That couldn't be further from the truth. I've seen $1 million plus homes that are pieces of and I've seen $350,000 homes that are built super well. So you can't go by the cost of the home when it comes to quality. So the bottom line is you need to hire an independent inspector for 2 critical stages of the building process. The first being before drywall is installed and at the final walkthrough. And to really stack the odds in your favor of getting a quality built home, I recommend to my clients that they have their inspector look at every stage of the building process. You know, from the footings, the foundation, framing, pretty much all the steps of the building process. Oh, just so you know, I'll be with the inspector and you at all of these walkthroughs and inspections to help identify and make note of any defects, mistakes, shoddy workmanship we discover, which we will then pass on to the builder. Will every single defect be caught during these inspections? Probably not. Some things are going to fall through the cracks, but with these inspections and us doing our due diligence, we will hopefully catch as many as we can. Mistake number 3, not researching the builder thoroughly. You wouldn't believe how many times I see buyers buy a home from the first builder they happen to run into. Amazing. First of all, you need to Google the builder you're leaning towards hiring to build your home. Read their reviews, tour older homes they built if possible, take a drive through neighborhoods that the builder has built in the past, and if you see residents out walking their dog or in the front yard playing with the kiddos, stop and ask them how their experience was with this particular builder. I guarantee you, if they're not happy, they'll talk your ear off. And if they're happy, they'll tell you that as well. And remember, hiring a builder to build your home is a long-term relationship, sort of like a marriage, which, as we all know, can be heavenly or it can be a living hell. Mistake number 4, ignoring the contract fine print. Now, builder contracts are not, let me repeat, are not like resale contracts. They heavily favor the builder. Big surprise, right? Always have your agent, or better yet, a real estate attorney, review it for you. Typically, here in Michigan, there is a 9-day rescission period for new construction, meaning you've got 9 business days to review all of the paperwork and forms provided by the builder. Now, if for any reason you decide to pull out of the sale within this 9-day period, you will get your deposit back. Now, some builders will pressure you to waive this rescission clause, but this 9-day period is kind of nice because it gives you a chance to really go over the paperwork, and let me tell you, there's a lot of it. Again, I recommend having your attorney look everything over for you. Now, just a heads up, even if the attorney finds something you want changed or revised in the wording of the contract, chances are high that the builder won't agree to these changes. Some builders are very inflexible when it comes to any revisions of their contract, but at least having a real estate attorney look things over for you, you'll know where you stand and what your options and rights are in case something goes sideways. Mistake number 5, assuming the model home is what you get. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, duh, Steve, of course we know this. But in my defense, a lot of buyers, especially first-time buyers who haven't done this before, don't really understand that the model homes are decked out to the max to show all of the builder's options for their particular model, not knowing they're all upgrades. I get it. Your base price home might look totally different. Always ask what's included and, more importantly, what's not included. In a way, it's a little deceptive on the builder's part. They should have a sign when you enter the home or a little placard on the countertop saying, just so you know, pretty much everything you see here are upgrades and are not included in the base price of the home. It would make things a little less confusing for inexperienced new construction buyers. Are you listening, builders? Mistake number 6, not budgeting for upgrades. Love those spectacular quartz countertops. How about all that extra fancy lighting? Man, that wide plank flooring looks sweet, doesn't it? Well, those upgrades and more will add up fast. Know your budget before the design center appointment. Try to stick to it. You'd be amazed at how fast these items add up. I've had some clients add an additional $200,000 plus to the price of their home because of these upgrades. So be careful here. It's easy to get carried away. Mistake number 7, overlooking your lot choice. Somewhere I've heard that all men are created equally, but when it comes to building sites, that's not true. In most developments, you've got corner lots, view out lots, walkout lots, wooded lake view lots, and each lot, depending on what it offers, has what's called a lot premium attached to it that the builder charges for that particular lot. And some of these premiums can be $100,000 or more, depending on how desirable it is. So you'll have to ask yourself, when it comes to your lot selection, what's important to you? Some things I would suggest you avoid, or at least be aware of, are lots that back up to a busy road, lots that back up to a retention or detention pond, or the first lot or two at the community's entrance where you may have traffic coming and going all the time. Also, if the development is pretty well built out and there are maybe 1 or 2 lots left, I would probably look at these lots with a very, very wary eye. A lot of times, these are the worst sites in the development. That's why they're still available. And they could have been used to bury construction debris or whatever from the previously built homes. Remember, your lot choice not only impacts your lifestyle and the enjoyment of your home, but also your home's resale potential. Mistake number 8, missing out on builder incentives. As of the shooting of this video in June of 2025, builders in the Metro Detroit area are offering some pretty nice incentives like closing cost credits, rate buy downs, or free upgrades, especially at the end of the quarter, and also at the end of the year is another good time to snag some really good builder incentives. Now, a good agent will know all the different incentives that are being offered offered by all the local builders. So make sure you know what builders are offering the best incentives. This can save you a small fortune. Mistake number 9, not considering future development. You know, that peaceful field behind your house, it just might be a strip mall next year. What a bummer that would be. Or it could be another phase of the development you're buying into. So do your due diligence and check the city's or township's master plan or zoning map. Try to find out who owns that field and what is the zoning. Again, this is where a good real estate agent could be of huge value to you. They know who to call to get this information. Hey guys, I'd like to take a quick pause here to cover something really important when it comes to building your new custom home. Many custom home buyers underestimate the huge amount of effort it takes to go from a vacant lot to a completely finished home. It can be exciting and satisfying for sure, but it can also be highly overwhelming and stressful. So that's where I come in, being a licensed custom builder myself. With decades of building experience, I believe I can bring a lot of value to the table as your fiduciary that most other agents simply can't. Also, for the past 35 plus years, I've worked with all of the top builders in the Metro Detroit, Ann Arbor area. Now, one critical aspect of building a new home is selecting the right options and upgrades. Now, this is where a lot of buyers spend way more money than they need to. Builders mark up these upgrades significantly. I can help you choose options that not only suit your lifestyle, but also add value to your home if and when you decide to sell it sometime in the future. Now, you might think that bringing in your own agent on board will cost you more. However, the builder typically covers the commission for both their agent and your buyer's agent, meaning you get professional representation without any additional cost. Also, by working with me, you would be eligible for my new construction rebate program. One of my recent new build clients is set to receive an $11,000 closing cost credit at closing. So you can see we're talking some serious cheddar here. So the bottom line is I understand and can guide you through the many intricacies of the building process while keeping stress levels to a minimum. Wouldn't that be nice? So if you're considering building a new custom home, but don't want all the stress and drama so many buyers experience, feel free to reach out to me. We can discuss your plans and goals in more detail. And of course, there's no obligation or pressure. Okay, with that all out of the way, let's get back to the video. Mistake number 10, rushing the timeline. Delays happen, weather, materials, permits. Don't plan your move too tight or lock rates in too early. Build in a buffer. Builders are notoriously never on schedule when it comes to the closing. Actually, most builders won't even give you a firm closing date. They may give you a target date, but very seldom do they give you a specific date, at least not until the home is about 90% complete. Then they'll give you an actual closing date. And the more customized your home is, it even adds to the time it takes to build it. So for your own sanity, you need to be very flexible when it comes to getting in to your new home. I know, easier said than done, right? So there you go. Avoid these 10 mistakes and you'll be light years ahead of most buyers out there. Oh, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button and share this video with somebody you think might get some value from it. And don't forget to drop your questions and feedback in the comments section below. I love to hear from you guys, so don't be shy. I picked a video right up here, especially for you, that I think you're really going to enjoy. So until next time, happy house hunting, good luck out there, take care.